This week on Scam School, we learn to divide the indivisible. That'll make sense in a bit if you like horses. All right, beautiful folks, how about y'all toast me? All right, guys, one of my favorite parts of this job is I get people sending in the weirdest mind benders and puzzles, and I got an email from a guy named Khalil Oleki, I believe. The story was about a magical land called Horseland. And in Horseland, everybody has at least one horse. 3 guys running around Horseland walk into a pasture and they discover 17 horses. They're very, very thrilled because horses are a big deal. Now the 3 guys, they have a long-standing agreement based on how they contribute to society, how much they'll get of their spoils. And their deal is guy number 1 gets 50% of the spoils.
Awesome.
Guy number 2 gets 1/3 of the spoils. And guy number 3 gets 1/9 of the spoils. I'm sorry, Grant. They pull out a scratch pad and they start running the numbers.
17 horses.
So that means
8.5.
you get 8.5 horses.
I get a half a horse.
I get 5.67 horses. You get 1.89 horses. But the problem is they're no good if they're dead. You need whole horses. So they argue and they fuss. And then they take all 17 horses and they go to a wise old man's house. The wise old man walks over, tugs the ears, slaps the behind, and then he goes, I can make this happen. Says, I'm gonna loan you one of my horses. So he takes one of his horses from the stable of beer and adds it in there. He says, now it'll be fine. And sure enough, once he did that, they split it all up. So you get 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, you get 50%. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1/3. You get 2, which is 1/9, and the old man gets his horse back, and it works out for everyone. The question is, why does this work? And before you start thinking it out, I want you guys to toast me, because no matter how many times I go through this, it melts my brain every time. Ah, there's nothing better than a fresh, raw vegetable salad. But you need domains. You need them to be fast, easy, reliable. That's why I recommend you go to domain.com. Get a top-level domain like a .com or a .net. Not only will you get instant credibility, but you'll be getting your minimum requirement of domains and not eating a salad. You guys gotta stop with the salads. You're not getting any domains in your salads. I understand you might think it's expensive to get a domain, but if you use promo code SCAMSCHOOL at checkout, you'll get 15% off. You can't do this. You can't just keep eating salads. You've got to get a domain. We all need domains, don't we? Listen, I know that not a lot of you guys are thinking about domains, but I am, because they have my daughters. And if you eat one more goddamn cherry tomato, there's going to be... No, come on, guys. No, come on, be cool. Come on, lady, don't, no, not... Oh, for crying out loud. You can have salads.net. I'm pretty sure you can buy it. Salads.pizza. There's so many domains you can get. Please, just stop eating the salad. Oh, God. Colin, you're a damned computer programmer. My guess is that you're moving faster than both of us put together. So I'm gonna ask Grant first. Because we had 17 horses and we couldn't make it split. We put one in, split it, and then put it out. And now all of a sudden, everything's fine. Why?
From my perspective, adding the extra horse changes how the division works into whole numbers for the percentages for each person.
Not bad.
So 18 is more easily factorable by the roots of the fractions involved.
Which are basically 2, 3, and 9.
And 9,
yeah.
All right? 17, you're like, the hell, I can't factor those numbers by the basis of the fractions.
Yes to all of that, but then what changed? If we just get the horse right back,
Well, because your mind is simplifying it, but if you do the rounding right,
you're very, very close. I worked through this, and here's what I discovered. The original bit of sleight of hand that makes the whole thing possible is you make the assumption that all of the percentages that they agreed to split add up to 100%, which they do not. Think about it as percentages. 50%, so 0.5 plus 1/3 is 33%, and then 1/9 is 0.11111.
Correct.
Which means,
and so you're still short by 10.
Exactly, right? Here's the second part of the verbal sleight of hand. You assume that somehow there's more being added to the pile because all three of us walk away with more than we bargained for, which means none of us got what we agreed to take. The reason this works is because you got more than 50% of 17. I got more than 1/3, and you got more than 1/9. Does that make sense?
We all got a little bit of a half a horse.
Yes, and it just so happened to work out with pretty numbers, which is why we all got fooled. Now toast me, let's get back to drinking. Wait, this is too smart for all of us. Gotta give a huge thanks to Khalil for sending this one over. All of the best, most out-of-the-box puzzles and scams come from you guys, so hit me up directly at brian@schwood.com. There is no C in Schwood, and of course we should be best friends at twitter.com/Schwood. And post some stuff down in the comments. I love all the positive energy I'm getting there, all that interaction. It's like we're a little community. Don't forget to join us next week because we're going to do the exact same puzzle, only this time with 18 shots of tequila. And then we'll fall asleep for 1,000,000 days because we'll be dead.
All a fraction is saying is, hi, divide me by the guy down here, right? That can be misinterpreted.
That's fine. The real sleight of ham, sleight of ham. It's where you sneak some bacon right in there.
Bacon.
Just ruffles the feathers. These horses have feathers.
Maybe even checks the teeth.
That too. Apparently that's a thing. They're very, very thrilled because horses are a big deal.